Sunshine ASMR. Hello, welcome back or welcome to our little ASMR channel. It is so lovely to have you here. I hope you're having a great week. I am a little bit under the weather this week, so if you can hear my voice is a little bit nasally, I am sorry for that. Today I want to take you through some of my favourite autumnal home decor items I have around my house. So we'll be doing some tapping, scratching, tracing, describing. Some of these items are new, some of them I have all year round, like up, and some of them I might take away and bring back when it's autumn or winter. So the very first thing that I wanted to show you was this beautiful candle. My partner actually got this for me, and it's this really lovely, somewhere between like sage green and like an olive green, and it has these plants that climb up the pottery, and they sort of stick out. I don't know if you can hear this. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's one pattern or like a section that repeats. I'm not sure. But I just think it's really lovely. And this was bought from Habitat, which is like a British kind of like expensive home decor place. I wouldn't be able to afford a lot of what they have, but things like candles and stuff are a bit more affordable. Look at this one. Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, I really like it, and what is really nice is that if this candle runs out, ignore the dust in there. If this candle runs out, we can just put a new candle inside. But I wanted to show you this one first, so that we can light it and have it lit within the video. I've got to be careful though, because I don't want to catch anything on fire that I'm showing you. Okay, so let's light it. It doesn't make like it didn't make any kind of crackle sound, this one, sadly. Let me know if you want me to do a like, I have a lot of candles around my house, so let me know if you want me to do a candle haul. Hopefully some of them will have that really nice crackling sound. I want to smell it actually. Ooh. It smells sort of vanilla-y. It's quite hard for me to smell right now, but I'll still be lighting the candles for the mood. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is Asda, which is like a supermarket here. But they sometimes do some quite cool home decor. And we've got a larger house that's more like a light sage with a door, a very large window, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smaller windows. And then there is this smaller dark green house with a door and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 windows. It also has a band of cream, milky cream at the bottom, and speckles all over it. And I thought all the little windows would shine lights, beams of light through. So you liked a tea candle. This one's run out, but you liked a tea candle. And then you pop it at the back like this. Can you see that? And then all of the light shine through. You've also got the roof, the chimney, that it shines through. I just think there's something quite gingerbread housey about them and wintry autumnal. So I think even though they're a new purchase, they might come out in autumn and go into storage in spring. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to put these to the back. And the next thing, they've made a little print. The next thing I want to show you is something I also bought from Asda. Which actually matches my cardigan. And it is this string of felted mushrooms. You've got a kind of mustard yellow one, and a deep red. I've only just realised they only have spots on the front. And then you have a kind of burnt orange brown. And then this is a really deep, vibrant green. It's funny because this part is really squishy, whereas this part is really hard. And they're on a string of lights. My only sadness about this is that when I turned the light on, it's quite a... oh, look at this. It's quite a white light, and I really want my lights to be warm. So, well, it's somewhere between a white light and a warm light, but it's quite nice strung out in my living room. I have it under the mantelpiece. It's quite hard to show you the whole thing, but they group together. So we've got they have two together, and then a gap and one, and then an even bigger gap, and then two together, a gap and then one, and it goes on like that. But I just think they're really, really cute. Again, I think this is something that I will be taking in at like summer. I don't think it's a very good summer item. How cute are they? I feel like anything that looks like a mushroom is just really adorable. Yeah, I think they're really, really cute. And they weren't too expensive. Yeah. Says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 little mushrooms with their cute little heads and their cute little stalks. Do we call them stalks? Stem? Something. The next thing I'm going to show you is the flowers that I've just removed. So, it's quite hard to show you. These flowers I recently got at a wedding, because you know how often at weddings they do something called wedding favours, where the bride and the groom gift something small to their guests. I've never really understood that, because I feel like you've just spent so much on the wedding, none of us should be expecting a gift. But it's quite hard to show you. Can you see that? So it's got this circular ball in the middle, covered in some sort of silk, and then an array of petals all the way around, and then it's on this wooden stick, and it has some leaves. And so I got a yellow one, I got a really deep, sort of somewhere between a burnt orange and a maroon, and some of them are tighter in the middle around the circle, and some of them are less tight. This is quite a tight one. And I got a sort of emerald green one. And the layers of petals are done so well. They also have this sort of waxy tip, I think, to stop them from fraying. And then we got another emerald one, more of a peachy one, and a slightly more vibrant orange. These, you were supposed to take one, but I really liked them, so me and my partner took out one each, and then there was some left over, so we took some that were left over, which was a little bit cheeky, but I mean, I love them, and they're really like autumnal together, and I love how they're, obviously because they're fake, they're never gonna die, but they're done really tastefully. I find often fake flowers, when they're made of plastic, don't look good, whereas these, because they're made with material, I think are really nice. Anyway, I'll put these over here. The next item that I am going to look at is this one, which I have owned for many, many years, this lantern. My mum used to work near Portobello Market, and they used to have lots of stalls of different things, and one of them was like a Moroccan lantern stall. And my mum was making a purchase, and I was quite young, and the man then said that I could have this for free. So I've probably owned this since I was like 8 or 9. But I feel like it's timeless and quite cute and small, and it's got this really deep, would you call that like an indigo, and you light your tea light, you open the door and you pop it inside, and then it glows really nicely. But yeah, I've owned this for a really, really, really long time, and the light beams through these blue windows, but then you also get markings through these. It is glass, but I think because the glass is so held in the metal, that doesn't sound super glass-like when you tap it. It's quite dusty. And then it has these 3 legs at the bottom to keep the bottom from heating wherever you lay it. But yeah, that is the blue lantern. The next item I'm going to show you is a vase. And this vase I purchased recently from a French supermarket, and I just thought it was so cool with these thick mustard stripes. And this really wobbly handle. It's just really aesthetically pleasing to me. And I know what you're thinking, it's not super autumnal, but I think I associate greens and mustards and reds with autumn. And the other reason why I'm showing it to you is because this is where I keep my flowers, because the colours go really nicely with it, and it has a little spout. vases. But I just think these flowers really go. And I don't really have a purpose for jugs. You know, unless you're sort of hosting and you want a water jug. So maybe I'll take it out and use it as a jug in the summer. Anyway, here's the jug, and the flowers go inside. Like so. But I really, really like this jug. Especially the handle. Right, the next thing I want to show you is these three guys. So there's a story behind these. I don't know if you can tell from above, but they're actually pomegranates. I'm noticing everything is very dusty, so I can only apologise. So me and my partner went to Turkey quite early on in our relationship. It was our first holiday together, and we were travelling on the cheapest airline that you could, and I saw these pomegranates all over Turkey, and I thought they were beautiful, and I do like to pick up something when I go travelling. But because we were on a cheap airline and we just had our hand luggage, we couldn't bring anything back. I didn't have any space. So when I came home, I searched to get some and have them delivered. And as much as I like them, it's been a little bit of a shame because, well, first of all, they all arrived, so you have a bigger one, a medium one, and a smaller one. The first lot arrived and they were all broken. So then they had to send a second lot, and the colour is so vibrant. I love that. It's like a really rich teal, but they're not waterproof, so their function as little vases don't really work unless you use dried flowers. Oh, it's breaking. So I now use dried flowers instead of real ones because they start to leak when you use bristles, so it works quite nicely with what I've put in. And then you've got bits that stick out. But I quite like that they're a set of 3, because you can either have them sat in a line, or sometimes I'll have them configured as 3 like that, but then I might decide to move the flowers over depending on where I've got them. I think sometimes when I acquire new things, I then end up moving things around a little bit. But yeah, we've got our pomegranates. And I think they're cute, but it is a shame that I can't add water and change the flowers whenever I want to. So the next thing to show you is this vase that I bought very recently on a holiday in France. Now I know what you're thinking. The colours are a bit rogue. Like, I think it's really beautiful but also quite ugly at the same time, and that's something that brings me joy. Because you've got a brown at the bottom, brown and mustard at the top, and then this bleeds into purple, into blue, into mushroom, which aren't really colours that you'd want mixed together, you know. But because it's mostly a brown and mustard yellow is the main colour, I feel like, again, this is quite autumnal. I like to always have flowers on my dining table because I think it really lights up. Oh look, you can see I got it for the cheap price of €1.50. If it was more, I probably wouldn't have got it, just because of the colours being so rogue. But sometimes it's quite nice to get something that reminds me of sort of like my grandma or that era, you know, sort of 70s, where everything was brown and random colour mixtures. It's only got a small opening, so I won't be able to have many flowers inside, but imagine these were taller. It'd look quite cute, wouldn't it? I think that's going to be my last item to show you. I have a couple of more things, but they're so dusty. I think I'll save it for a different video. Let me know if you like this video by a like or a subscribe. I'm very open wish to find some relaxation.